This could be a scene from the French countryside, but no, I'm not in the Champagne region. In fact, I'm standing in England's wine-growing heartland. But which county are we going to be raising a glass to today? Keep watching to find out.
On today's show, I help a couple with 6 dogs find a country home that suits all their needs. And we dive straight in.
That is the biggest surprise of the lot.
Yeah.
But later on in our search, there's a daunting prospect to consider.
Go on, be honest with me, because I think you're being polite.
Communal living? Question mark, I think.
Yes. Today I'm in West Sussex, home to one of England's largest wine-growing regions. Now, a combination of warm climate, limited rainfall and the chalky slopes of the South Downs make ideal conditions for these vines to thrive. So much so, there are over 20 vineyards in West Sussex alone, spanning around 500 acres. But grapes and vines aren't the only thing this county has going for it.
West Sussex became a separate administrative county from East Sussex in 1888, and within its borders lie some great historic gems. Along with vibrant market towns, the county capital of Chichester is graced by its awe-inspiring Norman cathedral. Other architectural feats hailing from this period include the magnificent Arundel Castle. However, West Sussex is also home to a landmark residence that dates back to Roman times. Fishbourne Roman Palace, unearthed in 1960, is the largest and best preserved site of its kind in the country. Highlights of the natural landscape here fall within the South Downs National Park. Across its chalk uplands, the South Downs Way, which extends over 100 miles in total, covers some of the most scenic walking terrain in the southeast of England.
The average price of a detached property here in West Sussex is just over £361,000. That's £104,000 more than the national figure. Now, this is mainly down to beachside properties in hotspots such as the Witterings, where you can easily pay up to £1 million. But if you're prepared to live without a sea view, you can instantly shave a couple of £100,000 off that. But wherever you choose to live, there is a fantastic array of different architectural styles to choose from.
One distinctive feature seen throughout the villages and towns of West Sussex is flint. This local stone has been used to decorate many a facade, from Saxon churches to period farmhouses and garden walls. This 2-bedroom terrace cottage in Eartham is on the market for £435,000. Besides chalk, more durable limestone varieties form part of the county's natural bedrock and have been used as a building material for centuries. The prices for these properties range hugely. For £250,000, you could buy a small 2-bedroom cottage, but if you want something grander with some land, this schoolhouse in the popular village of West Chiltington could be yours for £1.1 million.
A great selection of West Sussex properties there. But can we find one to suit today's house hunters? Let's meet them.
Retired teachers John and Jan live in the busy seaport town of Cowes on the Isle of Wight. They first met when they were at college.
Jan was in the year above me, and for a dare, I asked her out, and actually the date, from my point of view, was very successful.
A few months later, Jan graduated and they went their separate ways. However, 42 years on, a chance meeting brought them back into each other's lives.
I was cycling past and I said, "Oh, hello, Janet."
Yes, and I thought, nobody calls me Janet, so it was a bit strange, and there was a man with a cycling helmet and a cycle standing at the top of the...
And shorts in the middle of January.
Yes, yes. I did recognise you, didn't I? And then, having gone our own separate ways for a very long time...
42 years.
42 years. To meet up again was amazing, really.
For the last 3 years, they've been living in Jan's property. John still owns a flat which he needs to sell, and they're hoping to start a new chapter of their lives by buying their first home together.
The idea of 2 houses is great, but there comes a point when one or other of you is going to have to move in with the other one. And there are always issues, I think. Is it your house? Is it my house? Are these your things? And it just gives us that chance to make a fresh start.
They have their sights set on the English mainland, as all of their children have now flown the nest and are dotted throughout the UK. They also want to lead a quieter life, as their house is on a busy road.
It is a bit noisy. I think to live somewhere up a little lane or quieter road would be really, really peaceful and pleasant to live and wake up and actually hear birds.
Although owning a home together is uncharted territory, they've agreed on a location which they're both familiar with.
I was brought up in that area, and also because we both trained in West Sussex a long time ago, and directly we go there,
Yes.
I think we feel comfortable.
We feel comfortable.
Besides giving our couple enough space, their new home must be able to accommodate Jan's award-winning dogs.
For me, my biggest wish, I think, is space outside for my 6 dogs, and I'm used to being able to let them go out and gallop.
Finally, they've settled on how much they want to spend.
The budget for the move is £600,000.
John and Jan may be keen to break free from living in a coastal town on the Isle of Wight, but they still want to be close to the sea. So we're focusing our search in the south of the county. I met our buyers by the water's edge to find out more about their planned move.
Well, John and Jan, welcome to West Sussex.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we're not going to get too wet today. So life in a way has gone full circle, hasn't it? Because this is where you met, and this is
Yes.
hopefully where you're going to end up together.
Yes.
That would be good.
That
How
would be
lovely.
really, really interesting, wouldn't it, if that happened?
I feel like I've got Cupid's arrow ready for this house search, because it is the first house that you're going to have bought together.
That's
Yes.
right.
So with my romantic head on, we're going to find you a fantastic property for the 2 of you. But it's not just the 2 of you, is it?
It's not just the 2 of us.
How
definitely
many
not.
dogs is it again,
We
Jan?
have only 6.
And they're not small, are
They're
they?
not small.
So are they going to be living in the house with the 2 of you? Or do they have their own wing, shall we say, their own kennels?
Well, they do have their own wing.
Yeah.
They're not particularly kennelled, but they have their own wing, but they do like to come in with us as well.
And they do play a huge
They are.
part of your lives, don't
They're a
they?
huge part of our lives.
So
yes.
we've got to really consider their wants as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
This property that you're looking for together, ideally, what's it going to consist of?
Primarily, it's quite a bit of land that we need. 3 bedrooms.
We do like our bathrooms, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to have...
As many bathrooms as possible.
Yes.
That's new. Okay. All right. Let's see how many we can find you.
And we have a few children that might come and visit us, so
Yeah.
we do need space for family
A little
and
bit of space.
new baby grandchildren.
Excellent. Well, we've got 3 properties lined up. One is our mystery house, which will certainly get you thinking. Do a little bit of work. So shall we get started?
Yes, please.
Come on then.
With a budget of £600,000, John and Jan have given us a clear brief on what they're after from their country home. They would like a light, airy property with a minimum of 3 bedrooms, as many bathrooms as possible, a separate living area for the dogs, and around 2 acres of land. We've selected 3 tempting properties, and as usual, I'll be asking them to hazard a guess at the price of each before I reveal it. Lastly, there's our mystery house, which challenges them to take on a lifestyle overhaul.
Janet, I mean, it'd be fair for me to say you're going to be a bit rusty when it comes to house hunting, aren't you? 'Cause it's been
I've been in my house a very long time.
how many years?
About 35 years.
Oh, well, I hate to warn you, but the prices are going to have changed just slightly in that time. Will it be sad to leave your home? Are you now ready?
I'm ready. It will be very sad. I'm not going to say it won't be, because, you know, it brought the family up in it, and it's been quite a monument to me, but I think I'm very ready to move on now.
Mindful of getting them as close to the coast as possible, we're starting our house hunt 7 miles southwest of Chichester, near to the seaside village of East Wittering. The area offers wide open spaces for walking the dogs and also provides a range of useful amenities, including a butcher's and a couple of pubs. 3 miles inland from East Wittering, in complete rural seclusion, is where we find our first property, a farmer's cottage built back in the 19th century.
So here's your first property in West Sussex. What do you think?
It's big.
Big.
Maybe a bit close to the road.
We are on a road, but we
Yeah.
are still surrounded by the country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the sea not being far away.
Yes.
Yeah.
So should we get started?
Yes, please.
Go on then.
Although their first responses are quite muted, as we move inside the house, I hope they'll warm to the interior.
Wanted to bring you straight into the kitchen, the heart of the home.
Absolutely, yes. I like it very much. It's very welcoming. Cosy, warm feel to it.
Bright.
I like the floor too. Lovely floor.
All
Beautiful.
Chinese slate.
Beautiful floor. Very nice coming in. Very friendly and warm.
To the right, you've got sort of like a little utility room. It's all fitted out in the same style with access to the garden. So again, if you didn't want the dogs to come through the front door, you've got a back door there.
Yes. No, that is good.
Right, we will continue. If I can squeeze past you, let's go through to the drawing room.
My word.
Yeah.
Yeah, beams.
Yeah, beams are good.
Beams.
Plenty of beams, a
Beams.
forest of beams.
Never had beams before. Beams feel a little bit low and perhaps a little bit dark.
I have seen beams painted white,
Yeah.
and it really worked.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I might have to think about lightening them.
Well, I'll let you mull that over. Let's see if this cottage can work its magic upstairs for you. We'll go through this tiny little door and up the stairs.
There's plenty of space for visiting family, as leading off the landing there are 5 bedrooms. One is set up as a twin and another as a single with a skylight. The third is a small double, whilst the fourth is being used as a study, and they're all served by a spacious family bathroom. But we'll explore their generous sleeping accommodation.
This is the most important one with ensuite, because this is the master.
Oh.
Oh, that's delightful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really attractive.
So the layout of this cottage and the rooms and the space, how does it feel for you? You've got to think of the two of you living together.
2 of us is fine.
2 of us is fine. Yes.
6 dogs.
That's the question downstairs, I think,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that
To
we need
see
to-
where we're going to put them.
Well, we haven't shown you everything in the cottage itself so far.
Oh.
So there might be an answer there for you.
Right.
Let's head back downstairs
Okay.
and I'll show you the last bit. John, you lead the way.
Thank you.
Set to the side of the main cottage is a 1-bedroom annex, which could either be turned into a doggy den or used for the family when they come to stay.
What we haven't shown you is this part of the property.
Oh, my word, I thought we'd run out of rooms.
Self-contained, so you've got fantastic sitting room here. You've got a kitchenette in here. Here's your bedroom and your shower room next door.
Blowing me away, this is. That's absolutely amazing. Great for families and young
family.
children.
Yeah. This is your wing.
Yes, this is your wing. Don't come in ours without permission.
There is another option for this part of the property. It could be the dog area.
Yeah.
Yes. They need a kitchenette.
Well, they do, actually. Yeah.
So, with that extra accommodation up for grabs, we'll brave the weather outside and see what size of play area the dogs would get. It amounts to 3/4 of an acre of well-maintained gardens. And as if we weren't wet enough, there's one more feature I have up my sleeve to show them.
Now, one last thing I wanted you to see. Oh. Your own swimming pool.
That is the biggest surprise of the lot.
Yeah.
That's a surprise, yeah.
Even more than the annex.
Do you need a swimming pool in your lives? Would it be an
I would
added
love a swimming
bonus?
pool in my life. Yes.
So, we are going to need to talk how much it's on the market for. 10 minutes from the sea.
Yeah. I think you've gone over budget. I think 645.
OK.
625, I think.
The asking price is below that.
Right.
£565,000.
Okay.
Well, that's very reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, at that price, why don't you have another look around? See how perhaps you can make it work for you and possible kennels for the dogs.
Thank you.
See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Comfortably under their budget at £565,000, our first property provides a substantial amount of accommodation for family and the dogs. It includes a kitchen diner, a spacious living room, 5 bedrooms in the main house, along with a 1-bedroom annex. Outside, the garden extends to 3/4 of an acre, and there's even a heated swimming pool.
I didn't like the beams at all to start with. I thought they were a bit dull, a bit gloomy, something I'd not even considered. But the whole place just completely took off when I went upstairs. I thought it was absolutely charming. The thing that really amazed me was when we came downstairs and then went into the annex part, and I didn't even realise that was there. That was fantastic.
The biggest surprise, of course, was the swimming pool at the end, which wasn't in our specification at all. But the drawback is the fact that the land is not open. The dogs would need the running space, and at the moment, I don't see how we could actually run the dogs and accommodate them here successfully.
What do you think?
I can't believe I'm overwhelmed with the actual building and the cottage itself. It doesn't feel cottagey. It's a house, but it's so pretty. It's lovely.
I can feel a but.
The problem is the dogs.
You've got to have a think about that.
dogs,
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
Yes.
it's been a very good start, hasn't it?
It's been a very good start.
Good. Come on, let's go. Set in Sussex's ancient landscape are many historic reminders of invaders from the continent who have come and conquered over the past 2,000 years. The Romans established the city of Chichester as an important fortified settlement and set out a formalised street plan of its centre which can still be seen today. In fact, just a couple of miles outside Chichester lies one of the most important Roman archaeological sites in Britain. We sent John and Jan to meet its curator, Rob Simmons, to discover how such a great display of wealth came to be unearthed here.
When was this site discovered and how?
It was in 1960. They were digging a water main through the field where the palace was originally built, and they just started digging up mosaics. Fortunately, somebody stopped the digger, and the archaeologists were called. And 8 years later, this is what was discovered.
Why do you think the Romans chose this particular place to put up such a wonderful palace as this?
Our favourite theory, if you like, is that the palace was built for a local client king called Tiberius Claudius Togidubnus, and he was friendly with the Romans and essentially let them in sneakily in through the back door to Britain, and as a reward the Romans built this massive palace and sat him in it so that he could rule the area for them as a sort of a puppet king.
The palace houses the largest collection of in situ mosaic floors in Britain. Many of these were laid at the time the palace was constructed, around 75 AD, which makes them some of the oldest mosaics in the country.
The early ones are almost exclusively black and white and very, very geometric in their design. The later ones tend to be multicoloured and more figurative, so they've got images of people, animals, plants on them.
So, Rob, what's happened to all the artefacts that you've found on this site?
Well, do you want to come and have a look?
Yes,
They're over
I'd love
here.
to, thank you.
Once an artefact has been excavated from the site, it's taken to the laboratory where the archaeologists work on the object to stop it from deteriorating any further.
What I've got here is I've got one of the coins. This was actually found in 1992, and you can see on it, see that bright green colour? Yeah. That's called bronze disease, and what we're trying to do is go through all of our coins and clean away that bronze disease. It's like rust. It's a very laborious mechanical process, very, very gently, scraping away tiny, tiny particles of rust.
Every item found is labelled, catalogued and stored for researchers in the future.
Held within those artefacts is information that you or I might not be able to read, but there'll be a specialist out there who's spent their lives studying imported Roman pottery, and they'll be able to look at some sometimes tiny, tiny little pieces, and they'll be able to work out what the complete pot looked like, when it was made, where it was made. With a fancy chemical analysis, you might even be able to work out what it was used for.
There are around 200,000 objects housed in an enormous artefact store, and each one builds up a picture of life at that time.
It's a piece of pottery, it's imported pottery.
Right.
It's a fragment of one of those enormous amphora that you get, and they're storage jars. And we know that this one it's from Rhodes. This little point on the shoulder tells us that.
I'm just wondering what part it would be.
This is a modern replica, but you can see it would have come on the little point on the shoulder, but that's part of the handle. They're useful things because they tell us about trade. They tell us, you know, that there was enough wealth here to be able to import something. The cost of importing the amphora alone must have been quite expensive.
Well, thanks very much, Rob, for showing us your treasures.
It's my pleasure.
It's been
There's
absolutely
a few more to
amazing,
go.
Rob.
Yeah, no, it's really good to meet you, thanks.
Yeah,
and best of luck with your search.
Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much indeed.
Having enjoyed a behind-the-scenes visit to this unique historic site, it's time we fast-forwarded to the present day and continued our property search. For our second house, we're majoring on outside space as we jump over the Hampshire border to Swanmore. This rural village gives them a quiet location, but also useful amenities such as a local shop, a post office and 3 pubs. Many of the buildings here date back to Victorian times. However, our property, which lies on the edge of the village, is modern, although it's built in a period style.
So what do you think?
Very imposing house.
Yeah.
This house, this was only built in 2000, so it's 12 years old.
Well, I'm surprised.
But it doesn't look overly modern,
No.
if you know what I
No.
mean.
No.
It's in character, isn't
It
it?
is.
Very much in character.
So the weather is pretty dire. Should we start off inside?
Yes, please. Yeah.
It doesn't look like the weather has dampened their spirits as they seem impressed by the exterior. Long may it continue as we explore inside.
So, come into the dry and the warm. We're going to start off with the kitchen because I brought you through the back door, of course. Very different from the kitchen we saw earlier. Different style, different layout. What do you think?
It's small.
Yeah.
It hasn't got the dining space, but it's a good kitchen. You
Very
can
nice.
see, you know, a good...
It's a functional kitchen,
It
isn't
works
it?
as a kitchen.
Yeah. Depends what else we've got as well to go with it.
Good point. Well, shall we continue?
Yes, please.
So to complement the kitchen, you've actually got a separate dining room.
Right.
Or an extremely large hallway, because there's your front door.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It's dual
bit different,
purpose,
isn't
isn't it?
Yeah.
very happy to sit down and eat my meal there.
So you seem more in unison with this property.
I think
we are.
It feels more like home at the moment in a right sort of way.
But perhaps it's more in our sort of
more in our...
known zone.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're doing well.
Right, we'll go through. We've got a beautifully presented sitting room.
Oh, God, it's really lovely. Look at the ceiling. The first thing that hits me is the ceiling and the light.
Multi-fuel burner
Yeah.
Oh, I
there.
love
Yeah.
it.
Lovely fireplace.
The house has character. It doesn't look like
No,
it's only 12 years
No,
old.
it doesn't.
You've got a massive conservatory, really good size. That was built in 2003. Now, every time I look at a room, I'm thinking, is this suitable for the dogs or not?
I'm sure you
But
are,
They would
yes.
probably love it in
Yes.
there. I would fight them for it,
Yeah.
but it could be perfect for the dogs. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can keep this good mood upstairs. Right.
Okay.
The clean lines and modern feel of this property have struck a chord with them so far. Upstairs gives them the number of bedrooms they asked for, the largest of which would be theirs.
Amazing views from every window.
Yeah.
And here's the master.
Right.
I like the little arch there.
Little
It's like a
dressing
little
room.
dressing area, isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah.
And lots
Loads.
of storage space, which I need.
There is a drawer for me.
Well, you've
Very
got
nice.
2 other bedrooms.
Yeah.
One which is being used as a study cum bedroom
Yeah.
and a family bathroom. So these award-winning dogs. They haven't been even thought about as yet,
they
have
haven't got a
they?
home yet.
No, OK. I think we
bedroom.
should, yes, go outside, take a look at the land and what you perhaps could possibly do for them.
The house comes with around 1.5 acres of grounds, so a perfect area for their 6 dogs.
So I think it's time to talk champion doggies. Because we've got to get it right for them as well as for the two of you. So as we came in, you probably saw there was a double garage.
Yes.
Loads of space above. Planning permission hasn't been given for that to be converted, but an option. And then you have all of this. It's an acre and a half.
Oh, it's lovely. It's a delightful property.
So let's get it over with. Let's talk about how much this house is on the market for.
I'll have a punt.
Go on,
That's
and you
it.
go again.
595.
OK. You have the face of a poker player. Can I just tell you that, John? Very good. Right.
Poker faced.
I don't think he's far wrong, actually. I'm going to say 575.
Jan, it's you, £575,000.
Really?
Well
I'm
done.
right.
Well done.
Ah,
Well,
you-
go and have another look around, please do. Because I can see you're very taken with this property. And now you know the price, you can work out potentially the adjustments that you might make to make it right for the two of you,
Yeah.
plus those 6 dogs. Off you go.
All right, thanks.
See you in a while.
Under budget at £575,000, our buyers have £25,000 left over to make any changes to this property. It gives them a large main living room with multi-fuel burner, a conservatory, 3 bedrooms and around an acre and a half of land for their dogs to roam free.
Very imposing as you come in the drive. Beautiful sweeping drive. It's almost like a mansion. A bit concerned about there's only 1 bathroom upstairs, that we haven't got an ensuite in the master. I think we need something like that possibly to think about.
Outside is amazing. The grounds are really well put together, well kept, easy to maintain, and the whole house sort of exudes quality and quality of build. The problems, if they are problems, are going to be how we accommodate the dogs, and I think we've got ideas there.
Well, that seemed to go rather well. Big smiling faces, happy?
Yeah.
Seen enough?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, see
Okay.
lots.
Well, I think as it's pouring with rain, we're going to make a move.
I think so.
As evening falls over the West Sussex countryside, our first day of house hunting draws to a close. With a budget of £600,000 and their beloved dogs in tow, John and Jan are making strides to leave the busy seaside town of Cowes on the Isle of Wight and buy their first house together in the West Sussex countryside. Our first property scored on location, whilst the second won our buyers over with its large amount of land. But will the mystery house be a challenge too far?
Put the dogs up for sale.
Do you mean that?
And I meet some of the important native breed residents of the Goodwood Estate.
For Jan and John, plus the 6 dogs, this move represents an exciting new chapter in their lives. Now, so far, we've shown them a period property complete with self-contained annex, a swimming pool and land. We then crossed the border to Hampshire, where they saw a modern country home with plenty of scope for those dogs. Now, today, well, we want them to consider perhaps life for the 2 of them, just them together. Now, I say this as just a suggestion, but let's see if the mystery house can convince them of this new way of life.
Our mystery property takes us to the village of East Dean. Set in the South Downs, the village pond is surrounded by charming properties, and in that sense, our mystery house is totally in keeping. It's a barn conversion which forms part of an award-winning development, and although it lacks immediate outdoor space, it does give the dogs the complete run of the South Downs.
With the mystery house, we do change things slightly. And we have today a fantastic property to show you.
Right.
Here is your mystery.
All of it?
I would love to give you the whole development, but in actual fact, it's this part of the barn here. So the setup is actually communal living within a village. And you've got sort of 2 this side, the same on the other. In a way, it's like a horseshoe. and then there's sort of like a paddock in the middle, and then you are surrounded by the Goodwood Estate and obviously the South Downs.
Yeah.
So what's going through your minds? Go on, be honest with me, because I think you're being polite.
Communal living? Question mark. I think.
Yes.
Communal dogs.
Communal dogs. Not sure whether other people would appreciate us with so many.
Yeah,
Perhaps
that's
one
a
or
good
two.
point. Yeah. Something we're going to need to discuss, aren't we, as we're
Something
walking
we need to
around?
discuss. Very open-minded.
You're so polite. Right, let's start. Come on.
Despite that reserved reaction outside, I'm sure the space and high-spec finish inside will lift their mood.
So welcome to our mystery house. It's a section of old barns, the granary actually, and as you can see, it's been done to a really high spec.
Absolutely lovely.
Amazing light.
Everything is light and bright
And flowing.
and flowing. Yes.
I like it because I like the open.
Yes, I like the open
Aspect, the
side
open
too.
plan.
Yes. I can't wait to get in the kitchen.
Well, come on
It's
then.
absolutely
Let's take a look.
amazing. An island. A big island.
Yeah, no shortage of space with this kitchen. And again, because of the way it's been converted, you have so much light. What
Yeah,
about that open
yes.
plan feeling? Because
No, we like open plan.
Yeah.
It's convenient and pleasant, and you feel more together in some ways, I think, with open
Yes.
plan.
let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Now, what do you
my
think
word.
of this?
That is a bit unusual.
Is it making you think about the possibility of how you could live your lives?
Yeah.
Put the dogs up for sale.
Do you mean that? Do you really mean that?
For a split second, I might.
Yeah.
They'd love it. They'd love it.
They'd love
They'd love
to be in this room.
Yeah, they'd be very happy here.
And I'm going to be
By
very
that fire.
practical. Easy to keep clean floors.
Yes.
There you go. You normally say that
Yes.
about children, don't you? But we
Yeah.
can say it for dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have your multi-fuel burner there. And you've got the double height ceiling with the Victorian truss A-frame.
You can see that
Never seen
decorated.
anything like this before. Been in a few barns, but I've never seen anything like this.
No.
It's not so attractive or well finished. Takes your breath away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So on this floor, you've got, well, it could be a downstairs bedroom because there's a bathroom next door.
Right.
Or you could make that into your office. But should we head upstairs because there's more to see there?
Despite their first impressions, the pristine yet practical layout of our mystery house could lend itself to them living alongside the dogs. We'll change tack now and head upstairs, which gives them their ideal in terms of en-suites.
So we have 3 bedrooms in total with this barn. You've got the one downstairs, and then you've got 2 up here, and these are all, well, they're all en suite, actually, all 3 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, look at these small windows here, are they?
So I think they're either for the dovecote or for ventilation. Could have been for drying to let the air go through.
And they're attractive.
How clever. And if you look closely, they put mirrors around the edge, so it reflects all the
more.
light. Well, let's head back downstairs, look at the land. It's also going to get a little bit grubby. I'm not talking muddy boots, I'm talking money. Yes.
It's not going to be cheap.
My lips are sealed so far. We're going to follow you, John. Thank you.
Outside, apart from having direct access to the South Downs pathways, the immediate shared grounds amount to around 2 acres.
So this part is the communal land, and then you've got the whole estate around here in the South Downs.
Very
You really
beautiful,
are.
isn't it?
And then if we look back, you can actually see sort of the whole development.
Absolutely wonderful.
It's heaven, isn't it?
But how much does this slice of heaven cost?
That is quite a difficult one, isn't it?
What do you think?
650,000.
I'm going to go slightly lower and go for 595, I think.
OK. The asking price is £625,000.
Not too far off, are we?
It's,
No. You're at the top of our range, I think.
Do you fancy having another look around?
Yes, I do.
It gives you some fantastic
So many ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what you can
Absolutely.
do with your
Yes.
next property.
Yes.
I'll catch up with you when you're ready.
Thank you.
thank you.
Granted, our mystery property is over budget at £625,000, but we couldn't resist tempting them to consider whether a different living arrangement with the dogs is possible. If so, they would enjoy a stunning and unique first home together. They loved the flow and features of the contemporary kitchen and open-plan living areas. It gives them the 3 bedrooms and the numerous bathrooms they asked for. Outside, along with 2 acres of shared grounds, the South Downs is right on their doorstep.
I think the property is absolutely stunning. I love it to bits, but I think it's just when I saw it and I realised that there was no way I could have my dogs here. And I still think that probably top of my list is not to have neighbours at this point in my life, not neighbours quite so close.
We turned the corner and I saw the barns. I was a little bit disappointed. However, walking into the building itself, I was amazed by the standard of the fit. The layout was amazing. It's just pure luxury.
OK, you two? Happy you've seen enough?
Yes,
we have. Yeah?
Can we take it with us?
Put it in your pocket and take it home.
Jack it up and take it away.
Well, I'm going to take you two away now. Come on.
Set in the Sussex Downs, just north of Chichester, is the Goodwood Estate, which covers some 12,000 acres and is a renowned horse racing and motorsport venue. In complete contrast, it's also home to his own ancestral farm, which, as well as supplying food to the Dukes of Richmond for the last 300 years, is also one of the largest organic farms in the UK and includes the country's very first dairy herd to be completely organically fed. I went along to find out more about their organic farming ethos and the native breed livestock they keep from manager Tim Hassel.
It's a huge setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge farming operation. We farm 3,200 acres, but not only do we farm, we add value to what we produce.
But historically, is it right the farm came about because it was producing all the food and everything for the Duke and Duchess of Richmond?
For the estate, yes. Yeah.
Goodness, and that goes back, what, 300 years or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. It's been in the family for a long time.
So we are in West Sussex today. Do you have any native breeds here?
We do. We have the South Down sheep and the Sussex beef. We rear them as a local breed because they do well on the local soil types and grasses, so yeah.
How long have you had them here on the farm?
The Duke, back in the early 20th century, was one of the leading lights of the South Down Society, so they've been here for a long time.
Was it possible to see them today?
Yeah, sure, yeah, we're going to have a look at them.
Great.
The South Down sheep is a breed which thrives here and helps maintain the downland pastures.
These are our pedigree South Downs. We've got 40 pedigree ewes and about 5 or 6 males, and we breed these for going over our commercial flock. So we've got over 1,000 ewes, a crossbred type and mule, and then we use our South Downs as a terminal sire to cross over all those, and then that produces our Goodwood lamb.
So this is a strong bloodline, is it?
Yeah, that's right. We pick bloodlines that we've had around for quite a long time. We're trying to perfect the type of animal we're producing.
The main purpose of the arable land here is to provide the animals with organically grown cereals to balance home-grown forages fed during the winter months. The rough grasses here are also perfect grazing terrain for the traditionally deep red-coloured Sussex cattle, which is a hardy, stocky native breed, normally reared for its beef.
We've got 38 cows with calves at foot, so that means their calves were born in April, and they're rearing their calves for up until Christmas time. And then we've also got some maiden heifers in here as well, so that means they've never had a calf before.
I can see we've got a very attractive black variety here. Why is that?
She's the first Sussex cross out of a black and white cow, so sometimes when that happens with the black gene dominant over red, you'll get a black one. Even though she's half Sussex, she's still looking black, but eventually we'll breed that colour out of her.
You must have to keep an eye on them 24 hours a day.
Our stockmen work long hours and we're always on call, you know, checking calving cows at night and things like that, so we can be doing 12, 13-hour days for 12 days and then have 2 days rest. It's a passion. We're farmers. It's not just a job, it's a way of life as well.
Yeah, hard-working, as you say, very passionate about what you do.
That's right.
Yeah. Tim, thank you so much for taking the time to give us this tour. It's been absolutely fascinating. I could stand and watch your animals for hours.
Yeah, good. Glad you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, you don't have that luxury.
No,
You're busy working
that's right.
hard. Tim, thanks very much.
Thank you.
What a fantastic day out on a historic farm. But it's time to get back to the properties. So after rekindling their romance after 40 years, John and Jan now feel the time is right to buy their first home together. But have we found them and their dogs their perfect rural retreat? Let's find out. So John and Janet, I must admit I've really enjoyed actually the last few days, apart from getting wet. So that first property we took you to see, now you expressed an interest in seeing quite modern properties.
Yes.
So we started off with an old one, but well, it was quite well received.
I didn't think too much of it when I first arrived from the outside. Different altogether inside, and it got better and better as we went around the house, I think.
Well, it's not often we show someone a property that has a separate annex,
Yes.
a swimming pool, fair bit of land with the property, but wasn't quite right for the dogs, was it?
No, the shape of the land and the size, it just wasn't big enough.
So doing the search, we sort of spread it out a little bit. We crossed the border into Hampshire, and this time we showed you quite a modern country home with an acre and a half of land.
The layout was okay, wasn't it? But it would have needed some work from our point of view to make it sort of dog-friendly.
Yes.
I don't think I took to the area as much as I thought I would.
So we retreated then back to West Sussex
Yes.
for our mystery. But for this time, we decided that it was such an outstanding property. But what was so different was the way that you would live your lives.
Design magazine at its best,
Stunning,
wasn't it?
absolutely stunning. Wouldn't have wanted to change anything.
No.
Now, set within the Goodwood Estate, but you did have neighbours either side of you and more, in a way, didn't you? That seemed to be the sticking point.
We both thought that it wasn't quite the right timing for us to live in that sort of community with people round us so close and not having our own little patch of England sort of thing. It wasn't quite right. We're not ready for that yet, even without the dogs.
Yes.
But with the dogs, impossible.
And I do think with a little bit more research, going around looking at a few more properties, you're going to get there very soon.
What's come out of it most for me is the location. I do like West Sussex. I've always felt at home in West Sussex.
The house will come, I think. We've got to keep looking.
Well, that's fantastic news. And we really hope you find that house soon and that you're happy. And, of course, the dogs are as well. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
We've had a great few days here in West Sussex, and John and Jan have thoroughly enjoyed exploring this beautiful county all over again. It's just such a shame we couldn't find them their dream home. Now, what is apparent is they're happy to compromise on their needs, but when it comes to the dog's creature comforts, it's got to be just right. We wish them all the best with their future together. Until next time, bye-bye.
If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/beonashow.